Good evening. Good to have you with us in the 9 p.m. edition of the Urban Debate. 3 days after the explosive letter by former Commissioner of Police of Mumbai alleged that Home Minister Anil Deshmukh was giving orders of extortion to the Mumbai police officials, no probe has been launched into these allegations so far. No action. The minister continues with his post. There is absolutely no interest shown by the Maharashtra government or any of the three political parties in alliance in Maharashtra to even find out. In fact, the Maha-Aghadi government has gone on to now defend the State Home Minister Anil Deshmukh in several different ways. Even Shiv Sena, that had a slightly different position on day one when the letter was leaked and the letter actually emerged, even Shiv Sena now actually says that Parambir Singh is a BJP pawn. The NCP says there is nothing to look into. Anil Deshmukh was infected with COVID in hospital and then in quarantine for the dates that the Mumbai Police Commissioner, the former commissioner, alleges there were meetings. So if he was in quarantine, there couldn't have been any meetings. Hence, where is the need for the probe? The Congress party is doubting the motive behind the former police commissioner's letter. They're doubting the letter itself. And instead of giving answers on what's going on in this case, on if there is an extortion racket that politicians, ministers and cops were trying to run in the city of Mumbai, we are told there are bigger issues to look at. COVID surge is a bigger challenge. Of course, COVID surge is one of our biggest challenges. And we at Mirror Now have been repeatedly asking the Maharashtra government about it. But to use it as an excuse to trivialize this matter and compare the two is just disappointing. Now, let me give you an example of how the former police commissioner Parambir Singh's claims are being countered by the NCP. Anil Deshmukh, the Home Minister of Maharashtra, is from NCP. His party chief has held 2 news briefings in the last 2 days. Parambir Singh claimed that he had told Sharad Pawar, he had told Chief Minister Thackeray and others about the alleged misdealings by Anil Deshmukh. But Sharad Pawar was extremely evasive about it. He said, yeah, we met in mid-March, but we spoke about the system. And Parambir is raising these issues now only after he found out about his transfer. Parambir says Deshmukh told Wazir to extort 100 crores from restaurants and hotels and bars. But NCP's reaction is that Deshmukh was down with COVID and quarantine. So how was he meeting anybody and passing instructions? Parambir says that he informed everyone and that Vaze and Patil were instructed by the Home Minister to follow his orders. And the response by the NCP is that these allegations are being made to divert the attention from the real case. Who planted the explosives? That's the real case, not what the Mumbai former police commissioner is saying. Parambir says that he had raised this issue, and NCP says, well, only when his transfer orders were out. Listen in to some of the political reactions we've got on this story.
एक मंत्री महीने का 100 करोड़ रुपए वसूलने की योजना बनाता है, बताता है, तो ये जो है, ये स्थिति महाराष्ट्र का इतना लो पॉलिटिक्स कभी नहीं हुआ है.
For the CP letter, he suggested regarding collection of money, fund, everything. The Honorable Home Minister, around the mid-February, called Sri Vaze at his official residence and some instructions were given. So it is absolutely clear Mr. Deshmukh was in Nagpur in this particular hospital.
माझा त्या हॉस्पिटलमधून डिस्चार्ज झाला. डिस्चार्ज होत असताना मी हॉस्पिटलच्या बाहेर पडत असताना हॉस्पिटलच्या गेटवर अनेक पत्रकार त्या ठिकाणी उभे होते आणि काही पत्रकारांचे उत्तर देऊन लगेच गाडीत बसून होम क्वारंटाईन झालो. ते 15 फेब्रुवारी ते 27 फेब्रुवारीपर्यंत मी होम क्वारंटाईन होतो आणि 28 फेब्रुवारीला मी घराच्या बाहेर पहिल्यांदा सह्याद्री गेस्ट हाऊस जे मुंबईचं तिथे मीटिंगला गेलो.
I don't understand. Why is the state government not even ordering a probe? Why are they not even looking at such jarring allegations that have been made? The very state government that first went on to defend Sachin Waze, that same government's ATS today is accusing Sachin Waze, NIA is accusing Sachin Waze of some very, very serious charges. They now again want to be in denial of what may or may not have happened. How can Anil Deshmukh continue to be the Home Minister of a state when a sitting top cop of the same state has made some serious allegations? And because the government doesn't seem to be doing much, rather apart from defending Anil Deshmukh, Parambir Singh himself has gone to the Supreme Court and he is seeking a CBI probe. So let's say good evening to the panelists who are joining us this evening. Shweta Shalini, spokesperson for the BJP, Sanjay Tatkare, spokesperson for the NCP, Mr. Sanjay Jha, former national spokesperson for the Congress Party, Javed Ansari, senior journalist, joins us this evening, and Ketan Vaidya, political analyst, also with us this evening. Let me actually start off by asking this question to Mr. Javed Ansari. Mr. Ansari, will it be fair for any government to just dismiss such big claims being made by a top cop?
Look, assuming, for argument's sake, that all these allegations are motivated and are buncombe, they still need to be probed and proved for whatever they are. And therefore, I do believe that the best course open to the state government would be to order a judicial probe. A probe by any of the state agencies will always be contested. The NIA probing, there will be people who say that the NIA and all central agencies are handmaidens of the central government and they will be arm twisted. So therefore, order a judicial probe, let a sitting judge probe this, and in a time-bound manner, not take a month of Sundays. This doesn't require too much of time. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time, set time frame, have a transparent probe, and then make the findings public. Because there's too much of dirt flying around, too much of insinuations, too many loose ends which need to be tied up. And this can no longer be brushed aside or dismissed purely as vendetta or as some kind of a part of a larger political machination. Whatever that is, that this has to be probed and people have to come clean. The truth must emerge. And therefore, the government owes it to itself and to everybody else to order a probe, and in my view, it should be a judicial probe.
Sanjay Jha, shouldn't it be? And why is the government dragging its feet in complete denial about it? This very man, till a week ago, was leading one of India's finest, biggest police forces, the police force of Mumbai. And you had absolutely no problems with that all this while. Now that he has written this letter, he's suddenly a BJP pawn.
Well, Tanvi, I do believe that you have hit the nail on the head by saying that Sachin Waze is at the core of this entire political drama. This is now a political drama, make no mistake about it. Now, let me raise a couple of fundamental questions. Who recruited the extremely discredited Sachin Waze, who, by the way, was facing a departmental inquiry as ordered by the High Court? I think Mr. Fadnavis is right in saying, how was he reinstated despite the fact that there was a High Court order against him, right? He's a man who is actually accused of murdering Khwaja Yunus in a custodial death that's led to his suspension, and a man who's also been associated with encounter specialists. And the answer to that question is very, very straightforward: Parambir Singh. So if Parambir Singh, the Mumbai police commissioner, recruits Sachin Waze, who's, by the way, not a very senior in terms of designation, he's an API, he becomes the head of the criminal intelligence unit. By the way, this gentleman was looking into not just the Ambani case, and Mr. Ambani is no ordinary citizen of India. He's a very big businessman, one of the most powerful people in this country. Why was the case given to Sachin Waze? Why is Parambir Singh suddenly woken up to the reality when the ATS has said that they are going to convict Sachin Waze for masterminding the murder of Hiren and creating this entire conspiracy? Suddenly, the man who recruited Sachin Waze has washed his hands of the entire problem and made it into a political football. I think this is the question that we need to ask.
No,
Mr. Deshmukh, now listen, I'm not holding
you
a
are
brief
saying
but you need to hear
Parambir
this out.
Singh recruited a former Sena guy, a guy who has the closest of the connections with Sena without any political interference, and it was just them with absolutely no involvement of the Shiv Sena or the NCP or anybody. He decided to get a dubious encounter specialist back into the force.
Let me tell you, just as Mr. Parambir Singh is right now trying to highlight his independence as a commissioner who's taken on the government, surely you and I cannot disagree with the reality that he chaired the meeting where Sachin Waze's name was cleared. There is no ambiguity on that. And by the way, you should look at Sachin Waze's history. He is very close to the BJP. You don't know how many issues that he handled on behalf of the BJP when Mr. Fadnavis was the chief minister of the state.
Well, okay. So let me also say this, Sanjay Jha, to me, none of the characters in this entire movie, Masala movie that's unfolding here in Mumbai, are credible. I don't believe anything that the former Mumbai police chief has to say. Neither do I believe what Sachin Waze or any of the government leaders will have to tell me today. I would want to see an independent judicial probe conducted into this to find out what really happened. But when I actually asked you this question about the cop who was the hero for the Mahagadi government so far, I was actually referring to the Mumbai police chief. The Mumbai police chief has headed this force for all of this time that this government has been in power. He was the face of the biggest of the cases that this government wanted to push forward. He was the one who was handling all those cases, answering the questions. He was the one that the government backed and said, no, our Mumbai police and this police commissioner will find out the truth. Today, the same government, and including you as the backer of this alliance, is telling me that it's all Parambir's fault, that he is the villain. Just because Shweta Shalini, Anil Deshmukh said a few things about Parambir Singh in an interview, is that how this whole case has now exploded and come out in the public domain?
So, Tanvi ji, before I answer your question, I want to answer Sanjay Jha ji. If at all Parambir alone reinstated this cop without the knowledge and approval of the Home Minister and the Chief Minister, that only proves to the people of Maharashtra that they were either an accomplice or they are completely incompetent. Because if they did not have a control of the man that they appointed as the police commissioner of Mumbai, then what do you expect from them? In any case, you need to be very clear, because we are very clear that this Maha Vinash Agadi is running a complete Vasuli racket. And just to answer your question, Sanjay Jha ji, please give us proof of how Devendra Fadnavis ji is related to Waze. Because if that was the case, why was he not reinstated earlier? In fact, categorically, Devendra Fadnavis ji has said on record within the assembly that pressure was built. In a press conference, he had said that couple of calls were made to me, yet I could not reinstate him. I did not reinstate him because the Advocate General was against it. It was illegal reinstation. You need to understand, Tanvi ji, that the entire appointment, the entire status, the entire entry of Sachin Waze was special. In fact, his salary was also special because he was driving cars worth 2 crore rupees, 3 of them. And he had a 5 lakh rupee cash and a money counting machine behind every car. Can we ask why and how? Today, when Parambir Singh has written, he is the serving DG appointed by this government. Why did they not sack him? If there were evidence against him, why did they not sack him? They transferred him. He is still serving. he's written a letter in which he has written two primary things. One, dear Chief Minister, as I had mentioned earlier. So what the question that we are asking is, what kind of Dhritarashtra is sitting in Maharashtra? Kis moh mein hai wo? Because he is not even come out in defense. It is Sharad Pawar ji who's held two press conferences. Everybody in Maharashtra seems to be running to Delhi. And CM doesn't even seem to be giving a reaction.
Yes.
And second and the most important thing, he gives out chats, SMSs, which is actually legible in law because ultimately it is cyber proof. He has had that chat. Now when he comes forward and says, I'm sure there are questions that we have against Parambir also as to why he did not come up
Why did he not
on the
speak up
chair.
earlier? He needs to tell us that.
We have this question.
All
But
very
then the
convenient to
question
sit
is,
on
who
these things
is
if they're
running these
true
gangs of
while you
Wazirpur?
have your job, and the
I
day
do
you're
not
shunted
agree.
out. And the day you're shunted out, then you make these allegations. Parambir Singh must answer that. And perhaps when the Supreme Court, if the Supreme Court takes up this case and admits the plea, we will know what happened. But Ketan Vaidya is with us as well. Ketan, just 30 more seconds. Let Sanjay Jha respond to what Shweta Shalini has asked him.
Well, Tanvi, is a very straightforward answer.
Well, I could hear just parts of what she said.
Ketan, just 1 minute. I just want Sanjay Jha to respond to what Shweta has raised it first. Yeah.
Well, it is not an unknown secret at all, but the BJP has been grievously hurt. It's been sulking like a petulant, grumpy child ever since the Shiv Sena ditched them after the last elections, because Mr. Fadnavis has carried this very palpable sense of frustration that he deserved to be the chief minister. The BJP did that. I'm not denying.
Does that
But
allow
the
you
fact
to run an
remains,
extortion
can I
racket?
speak?
Does
Can I
that
speak
allow
without-
anyone to run an extortion
No,
racket?
let me answer. I'm not getting into this slugfest, Tanvi. I don't want this slugfest, otherwise I will not speak at all. So my simple point is that BJP has been hell-bent on destabilizing this government. Now think about it. It's not very complicated. Today we are not discussing the fact that there was an attempt to try and threaten India's most powerful international businessman. And what we are discussing instead is an attempt to try and bring down a government by attacking a minister. Now, even Mr. Deshmukh, to give him the credit, he said that he's filing a defamation suit against Parambir Singh. You don't file a defamation suit without having substantive evidence that will go against a person that you have
Did he
accused.
file it?
So
Did
let
he
us
file
not
it?
try
Did
and
he
do
file it?
cherry picking here. There will be an inquiry. Mr. Sharad Pawar has been very clear that, in fact, he even recommended a name of the most upright police officer that Mumbai has seen, which is Mr. Ribeiro, who said this is a very murky affair, I won't take it. And we
Okay.
want an independent, dispassionate appraisal of this entire incident.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
because nobody wants to get into this, Sanjay Jha. No cop worth his salt, an honest cop will want to get into this murky political affair. But it is political not from one side, by all sides, which is why a court-monitored probe is needed, Ketan Vaidya. I don't understand why the state has even not bothered to order an investigation. We have ministers and party chiefs sitting and defending this without any evidence.
Well, I completely concur with what Mr. Javed Ansari said when he ordered a judicial probe, because a judicial probe in the current circumstances can only bring the truth out. However explosive the claims may be, the letter may be explosive, but mere claims don't mean anything. Parambir Singh should know that, because he was heading the Anti-Corruption Bureau, and who had appointed him? The previous chief minister, who was also holding the home portfolio. So in the ACB or Anti-Corruption Bureau, to prove any allegation of corruption, some supporting proof has to be presented. Also, secondly, the timing of Parambir Singh's allegation is highly suspect. The timing, he's calling for CBI. This is the same Parambir Singh who defended his own police during the Sushant Singh case. And right now, once you are shunted out and given a side posting of DG Home Guards, then suddenly you find all faults with Mumbai Police's capability to look at this case, or your home ministry. So I find that this timing is highly suspect. There are no supporting proofs, and the fact that now he wants to also investigate Sharad Pawar and is asking for CBI clearly shows the intent behind all of this. And also a small technical fact is that it's the Commissioner of Police's committee who looks into reinstatement of previously dismissed officers, and Sachin Waze also falls in the same category. So it's the commissioners, at the commissioner's beck and call, officers are reinstated. And about cops taking political careers, well, we all know the example of Satyapal Singh. He's with which party? Or you know the Home Secretary A.K. Singh or Gogoi. So everyone after they retire are free to take up political
Yeah,
careers.
but Ketan,
So
everybody
that has
after
no
they retire are
correlation
free
with-
to do
with
what
the
they
current
want,
case.
not
See,
as long as they're serving in the police force. And as long as you're serving in the police force and you know of some wrongdoings that are going on, you don't sit on it until you find the opportune moment to talk about it. That's the whole point. Now, while you argue, and that's one side of the argument, to say, well, he only said this because he got shunted out, and so now he's making these allegations. The other side is, well, he was the hero for the same Maharashtra government until this case exploded. He was given all the high-profile cases. The Maharashtra government kept saying they have all faith in Parambir Singh and his police force in investigating every big high-profile case and controversial case. Now suddenly he's the villain. So that argument actually plays both ways. Now let me bring in Sanjay Tatkare as well. Mr. Tatkare, how can we be so sure of what went on until we order an inquiry? Are you not denting the image of your own government by even refusing to do that?
See, Tanvi, our image will not be dented by allegations of BJP. BJP has this habit of destabilizing any government which is the opposition government in this country. So we are not surprised. All the BJP leaders for past 4 months, they have been making these demands of imposing President's rule in Maharashtra. You know what happened with Sushant Singh case. Sushant Singh case, they took the inquiry to Supreme Court, and then Supreme Court ordered CBI to inquire into Sushant Singh Rajput's suicide case. Mumbai police and Mumbai commissioner, then the same Satyapal Singh, kept saying that Mumbai police is capable of handling this case, but still BJP insisted that it has to be inquired by CBI.
Parambir Singh.
Now, we all have seen what CBI has done to that case in Parambir Singh, sorry. In all this 6 months' time, CBI couldn't even file charge sheet in Sushant Singh Rajput case. So, it was a ploy to exploit this case for Bihar elections, which they did, which they won. And similar pattern we see happening in Maharashtra, where by hook or crook they want to come back to power in Maharashtra.
No, so are you telling me that I am to believe that
Mr. They follow everywhere.
Are you telling me, Mr. Tatkare, I am to believe that Parambir Singh overnight turned into a BJP agent? He was the commissioner of your own police force so long, handling all the important cases, being defended by your government. Now, just because he's pointing fingers at the Home Minister, he's a BJP agent?
BJP has this history of influencing powerful people on administrative posts, on judiciary, into towing their line. And inquiry only will tell us whether
exactly. So why is the state not ordering an inquiry?
Has fallen into that trap. So we will order. Yesterday,
it's
if
been
you have
72
seen
hours.
Sharad Pawarji's press conference in Delhi, so
Sanjeev Bhatt had also cast aspersions against the government of Gujarat.
Hello.
No, Mr. Tatkare, my question to you is, it's been 72 hours. When are we going to order an inquiry? You mentioned Mr. Sharad Pawar. Sharad Pawar says, I don't see a reason for an inquiry because the dates mentioned don't match. That's only one example given in the letter. Parambir Singh has very clearly said several meetings over several months have taken place, is what I was told. We can't simply dismiss it without an inquiry, Mr. Tatkare.
See, Parambir Singh Paramveer Singh, if he was so clean, he could have lodged an FIR then and then. When somebody is coercing you for some illegal act, he is responsible for law and order of complete Mumbai city. If a minister or any political activist for that matter calls you and is coercing you to do some illegal act, it is in his rights to lodge an FIR. Why didn't he do that? Why he waited full month before he is sacked? After he is sacked, he is writing all this. So what is the intention? And then he keeps going to taking advice from Delhi, and he goes to Supreme Court. We know who went to Delhi, who did that person meet in Delhi, and then all this thing started.
Okay, I have
So
more
we see a
questions for you,
political
but
game here.
I will
And
restrain myself and
BJP
allow some of the other panelists to come in. Mr. Tatkare, hold on. Yes, and before Shweta Shalini jumps in,
Why
Mr.
restrain
Javed
yourself?
Ansari wanted to make a point.
You're not a BJP spokesperson, I hope.
Mr. Javed Ansari wanted to make a point. Go ahead, please.
Everything that Mr. Tatkare says about Mr. Paramveer Singh's antecedents, if they are true, then what, it's a very poor commentary on his government judgment, that when you know that he is an opposition party agent, why did you appoint him to such an important position? What does it say about your judgment, Sanjay ji? And suddenly now, after the event,
See,
everybody is becoming
Javed
wise.
ji,
Please permit me. I'll just take 2 seconds. And now there are so many questions and counter questions and charges, allegations. The only way out, I will again, at the point of repeating myself, the only way out is a judicial probe, a transparent, time-bound judicial probe, so that we get to this. If there are people at the center who are playing, who are behind us, let that be unearthed. If there are people in the state government who are involved, let that be made public. Because this can't go on. Right now, the government was doing reasonably well. You've suddenly been buffeted by this scandal. It's blown up in your face, and you can't wish this away.
Yes, Sanjay Tatkare.
That'll be one point.
Yeah, what is the question?
The question is that if you think that your former police chief was such a dubious person, why did you appoint him in the first place and let him continue at the helm of affairs for so long?
No. Listen to me. Absolutely. So we have a history of people sitting in high constitutional authority on judiciary, on administration, that they have been coerced. They are being coerced by the powers in Delhi, and then they act like this. So our question is, even we are out for inquiry. Let the state government take a call on what inquiry. Now the matter is in Supreme Court. Let Supreme Court come out and tell us what kind of inquiry they want, whether they want a judicial inquiry, whether CBI inquiry as demanded by the ex-CP. So let us wait at least till tomorrow.
Yes, Shweta Shalini.
So yes, I think
even the High Court is sufficiently empowered to take suo motu heed of the case.
Ketanji, give me a minute. I think Javed ji stole the question out of my mouth. So one question is simple, straight to Sanjay ji. I just hope that your
now we have 2 Sanjays on the panel. Do let us know which one you're asking the question to.
Of course, I'm asking it to Tatkare ji. So I'm asking you first question. He was appointed by your government, your Home Minister. Second, have you read Samna? Till about yesterday, they were speaking extremely high of what a high-performing cop Paramveer Singh is. Third, and the most important thing, do you think if this was such a loose thing, small thing, then Sharad Pawar ji would have to come and lie under his teeth in back-to-back press conferences? Fourth, and the most important thing, if you're not guilty, why are you scared of a probe? Go ahead of a probe. And this is exactly what we are saying. Go for a high-level probe, be it judicial probe. But you can't have a sitting Home Minister.
Shweta ji.
It's a transparent, free trial,
Shweta ji.
fair trial, while the Home Minister is in the chair. So shunt him out. And last but
Shweta
not
ji.
least, Tatkare ji. Tatkare ji, if
We-
he was so bad and he was under influence of BJP, why did you not sack him? Why transfer him?
Okay,
Why
okay,
transfer
okay.
him?
Let
Why
him
did you not
respond
sack
and then
him?
I have to go to
I will
Sanjay
answer.
and Ketan. But first a response
I
from
will
Sanjay
answer.
Tatkare. Yes.
Shweta ji, with all due regards to you, you have been closely associated with the Home Ministry when Devendra Fadnavis was the Chief Minister and the Home Minister. And you very well know how the Home Ministry and police works in Mumbai. You are part and parcel of this. I don't know in what capacity. But nonetheless, again I repeat myself, we had Paramveer Singh under very high regards. He even when Sushant Singh Rajput case was there, he was the one who said CBI inquiry is not required, and Mumbai police is capable of inquiring into that case.
Answer my
And
question,
suddenly
Tatkare
now,
ji.
when he
We did
resigns,
not
when
appoint
he
him.
is,
You appointed him.
I'm answering your
Why did you
question.
appoint him? Why
So
did
that's
you
what I'm
appoint him?
saying. Why will you appoint unless you had some information? Hello, my.
Okay, no, okay. So
Hello.
here is the point
We did
Sanjay
not
Tatkare is
appoint
making.
him.
Now I think we are making
did
him
not-
repeat
Hello.
the same point, Shweta Shalini. Let me now say what is the argument by the NCP.
I just
that
want
when
to
they
make two
picked
small
him,
points.
when they gave him important cases, including the Sushant case, and they followed his advice on the Sushant case, that time that was not a problem. But he is accusing your party of being champions of targeting those in positions of power and finding ways to pressurize them to turn. That's the accusation and the defense being made by the NCP. But I don't understand this, Ketan Vaidya. What are we waiting for? Paramveer Singh has now gone to the court seeking a CBI probe. So what's the state waiting for? If they want to order an inquiry, shouldn't they be doing that right away?
Well, they should, and if they are not doing it, then the court should take a suo motu heed of this and institute an inquiry into these allegations. However wild these allegations may seem to the opposition, to the party in power right now. And secondly, it's such a glaring lapse that explosives were found in a car. Okay, then Mansukh Hiren, the guy whom that car belonged to, he was found dead in suspicious circumstances. Then I would expect any opposition to attack the commissioner in power. But we are seeing that the BJP is treating Paramveer Singh with kid gloves. So that is something that really surprises me to no end.
Absolutely. And that's a very, very valid point, Shweta Shalini. Do you want to come in on that before I go to Sanjay Jha?
It's simple. My question to NCP is simple. To Tatkare is simple. Sharad Pawar ji said in his press conference that the Home Minister was in Nagpur. Was he in Nagpur or in Mumbai? We have tweeted and given enough evidences. A lot of journalists have come forward to say that they met him while he was in in Mumbai during that time. Why is he lying? Why are they lying? Why are they avoiding the probe? It's simple, because they are the ones hiding the truth. They know that the entire racket that they are running of extortion, they are not running a government. The protectors have turned predators, because what they have done is they are creating a complete political mafia, and they know that one transfer they have done and one letter has come out. If they sack him, then more truth will come out against them, their own ministers. And which minister is clean? One Rathod ji has already resigned. The chief minister is not talking. He is mum. There is Yashomati Thakur ji, who already has hit a policeman, and hence there is an FIR running. You have Jitendra Awad ji, who has picked up people who is safe in Maharashtra. Sadhus are dying, businesses.
Okay. Now we are digressing. Let's come back to the point. Sanjay Jha wanted to say something before I
Word
go
for the
across
commissioner's lapse.
to Mr.
One
Javed
Word for the
Ansari.
commissioner's
Sanjay Jha,
abominable
please.
lapse.
Yeah, Tanvi, I want to make a short point. Today, the BJP has already got egg on its face after making the statement on the quarantine, which stands exposed. Mr. Deshmukh was not accessible, neither was he doing a press conference.
He did.
And at the end of the day,
He did a press
What-
conference.
Press conference,
That
Sanjay
was
ji,
not.
you are exposed.
1 minute. If I can
Oh,
speak,
please.
Tanvi, without an interruption, I'll be extremely honored and grateful.
Yes,
You know,
Sanjay
when
Jha,
a-
but he
when-
did do a press conference. Doesn't matter whether it was outside the hospital or inside the hospital or in some tea garden. He spoke to the members of the media and he spoke on 15th of February. If he can speak to the members of media, he can be meeting other people as well.
Tanvi, I'll appreciate if you don't interrupt because that's something that you don't normally do. So I would appreciate if you were consistent with that kind of exchange at the moment. The BJP said that there was a meeting with a person who was COVID affected, who had to be quarantined, who had no access to another individual. Well, let me tell you, let the CCTV cameras be produced. I think the truth of the matter is very straightforward, that you have a situation today where the BJP's use of authorities of investigation, whether it is the police, income tax, enforcement directorate, as a member of the Congress party, even today, I can tell you, I know how they use these as tools of political vendetta. And please let us not believe that a police commissioner who was doing his job, whatever he was doing, good, bad, ugly, I have no one to comment on it, he can wake up one fine morning and find himself in a very peculiar circumstance because the man that he recruited, Sachin Waze, has now become indicted by the ATS of the state government. So he has to find a way out because let me tell you, if I reported to you, Tanvi, and I am guilty of certain serious shenanigans or misdemeanors, you are equally guilty.
The man Sachin Waze, who you say was picked only by Parambir Singh, was defended by the sitting chief minister of the state. And the chief minister went on record to say they are making it sound like as if Sachin Waze is Osama bin Laden.
Tanvi, can you look at the track record of the proximity of Mr. Parambir Singh in the previous government?
I can also look at the proximity of Sachin Waze with Shiv Sena.
He was very close to the Devendra Fadnavis government. No.
Why are we discussing
Sanjay Jha, who made him the police commissioner?
Cop when the responsibility should rest with the commissioner?
That's the whole point. I think the fundamental fulcrum point is that Parambir Singh recruited Sachin Waze, who today is held responsible for the gelatin sticks outside.
Okay. Ketan Vaidya wants to respond. Yes.
How can you ignore it?
Ketan Vaidya wants to make a point.
No, I am putting a very simple point. Okay, if I was the opposition party, then I would have first criticized the commissioner of police, under whom the police. So, if there have been alleged lapses from any low-ranking officials, however serious they might be, the responsibility should rest with Parambir Singh, and the opposition should go hammer and tongs and attack the commissioner's failure, and of course, then the government's failure. I see here that the opposition is only attacking the government and treating Parambir Singh with kid gloves, and there is no answer of why there has been not a single attack or question on the intelligence failure in averting this gelatin sticks incident, and also the murder of alleged murder of
where were you until say what 18th or 19th of March, because BJP went hammer and tongs with that case, questioning the police and the Maharashtra government on a daily basis. Shweta Shalini, yes.
Well, let me tell you, Parambir Singh is now...
And suddenly stopped.
We are dressed alike today.
And
we never
suddenly
talk
stopped.
alike, but thank you for speaking for us. Yes, we have gone hammer and tongs against anybody who stood against the truth. And the fact is, ATS is inquiring. Why did ATS? My simple question to everybody in the panel is, and as it is in Mirror now, it is always BJP versus all. So the question is, ATS is a state government organization. Why did you not sack the police commissioner and only transfer him? He's still serving DG.
Special affection for Parambir Singh.
Serving DG.
Why this extraordinary love for Parambir Singh?
Online to say on Facebook Live to say that we have solved the case. Now, Sanjay ji, will you please keep quiet?
Okay, 1 minute, please. 1 minute, one at a time.
Now, Sanjay ji, will you please keep quiet while I'm talking?
Okay. I can't understand anybody. Okay, Sanjay Jha, let her finish. I will come to you and then give you uninterrupted time as well. Now, let her finish.
So, ATS is a state government organization. The chief of ATS went on Facebook to say that the case has been solved. Why did he not name Parambir Singh ji? Why did they not sack him? Why did they only transfer him? We were after the police and after the home minister and after whoever. Today we are also pinpointing the fact that the NCP chief has what he has said is wrong. because
Shweta Shalini ji.
he's produced proof. Ji sir.
And we one
Farmaya, sir.
short point.
Okay, yes. Sanjay Jha first and then Sanjay Tatkare.
Shweta Shalini ji.
Mr. Tatkare, just hold on. Sanjay Jha was trying to speak in between and I promised him some time. Yeah.
Yeah, Tanvi, I find it very intriguing how the BJP has suddenly become the barrister for Parambir Singh.
Why are you
Parambir Singh,
making
by
them
the way-
that?
Well, let me tell you, Parambir Singh's track record under Devendra Fadnavis' government also tells you very clearly that he was
Did we
doing
make
everything
him
the
the
government
chief,
asked him to
CP of
do.
Mumbai?
You raised a very
Did we make
pertinent
him the
point.
CP of
Okay, one
Mumbai?
minute, Shweta Shalini. Now don't interrupt. Let him finish.
Put this a pertinent point. Why did the MVA continue with Mr. Parambir Singh? That's a question that the NCP and the Congress and the Shiv Sena must answer, because clearly he's now a political pawn on the chessboard of Maharashtra politics.
Okay, so political pawn or not, and what he is saying has merit or not, the truth or not, maybe the Supreme Court will only now decide who has to investigate that. But here is my question, Mr. Sanjay Tatkare. Why is it that from the government, we've not even heard the Chief Minister speak? Now, the NCP chief says, well, I don't see a reason for a probe, but it's for the Chief Minister to decide. It's been 72 hours. Don't we think that it's important for the Chief Minister to even talk about this?
I completely agree with you,
Tanvi.
But tell me something. When allegations after allegations are held against ministers from the center, against the central government, did we see the Prime Minister come out and held a press conference or defend himself or defend his government? So suddenly you wake up and you say, oh, Maharashtra Chief Minister is not saying anything. Did we see the Prime Minister or Honorable Prime Minister defending anything? So many acquisitions from Rafale to everything has come out and we didn't hear a word from our Prime Minister. I hope he does that. And I hope the Chief Minister of Maharashtra will also do it. My only question to Shweta Shalini ji is, I assume she was closely associated with Devendra Fadnavis and the Home Department. She's saying that why didn't this government sack the XCP? She doesn't probably know that IPS cadre falls under Amit Shah. And let Amit Shah take a call. If he has to sack him, please sack him.
Tanvi, can I come in? To Sanjay Jha ji, first and foremost, he used this word called continued with Parambir. We did not appoint him as the CP of Mumbai. It is their government who appointed him as the CP of Mumbai. Second, to Mr. Tatkare, I want to say this is the second time that he has said that I've been closely involved. Please don't assume things, because I know that you run the government on assumptions, not on competence. But yet, I would want to tell you, please, my question has been very simple. Why did your ATS not name Parambir? If you think that he is guilty and he is a political pawn, please name him. We will take action.
It is not our ATS. It is government of Maharashtra ATS.
And last but not the least, you need to understand about Narendra Modi ji. He pinpointed that. I want to say very, very categorically that our government does not have partners that go ahead and say that my partner is going to reply for this. Our government, the right responsible person actually replies. And if it is the Prime Minister to reply, then he does. If he is not, then the right person replies. If the Home Minister has to reply, he will reply. But an equal partner does not come forward and say
so
this
even
decision will be taken
in
by
that
the
case,
Chief Minister, and the Chief Minister somehow seems to be completely invisible.
Okay. Yes. Now, may I just come back to the larger issue here? And Mr. Javed Ansari, what does it say about the government when, there are three different parties changing their stance about one cop and then the other refusing to take action? The Chief Minister won't speak and the Home Minister is allowed to continue in such a manner. Do you believe at some point that collectively this alliance is mishandling this situation?
Well, certainly this alliance could have done better. The government could have done better, ought to have handled this better. There needs to be better coordination, leaving all the firefighting every time to Mr. Sharad Pawar, who is not a member of this government, reflects poorly on the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister ought to be leading from the front and you not only should be doing the right thing, you ought to be seen to be doing the right thing. In this case, neither of which is happening, and therefore Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, it's still not too late, needs to get his act together and needs to take control and order that judicial probe. Please put in a request with the High Court of Mumbai. Ask them to appoint a judge who will, in a time-bound manner, conduct this probe and come out with the truth, which at this moment seems to be just very convoluted, very murky. Right now, let me just tell you, nobody is smelling of roses. There may be innocent parties, but the way this is being handled, nobody is smelling of roses. And to expect political parties to just go into this for altruist purposes is like asking for the moon, just as expecting any kind of consistency. Political parties adopt positions depending on where they stand. Today, the NCP, the Congress, and the BJP and the Shiv Sena are taking one position. If they were in opposition, they would have done exactly the opposite. The BJP is taking an aggressive stand today, but look how they stonewall probes, look how they stonewall questions, look how they stonewall inquiries into cases concerning their very own.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right there. And so we must question any political party which is in power and not following the procedure or not following the due process, and which is what we are doing here tonight. Because when it comes to this case, and Sanjay, I'm going to one more time highlight this to everybody. This case, when it started, and from day one, Mrinal has been bringing all of those details to our viewers. We were misled, and the investigation went in an opposite direction about the Ambani explosives case and what was going on over there and who was responsible. Then we were even misled in the Mansukh Hiran death case, and we were told that it was a suicide. Today the same ATS has filed a murder charge. The government came out and tried to defend this police, tried to defend Sachin Vajay. Now we are told this is the very same police that is a villain, and they are all the ones who are actually involved. What is going on? We still don't have an answer to who planted those explosives there and for what reason. Let's say, for example, let's believe that what Parambir has said is not true. Let's say there is no extortion racket. Let's say there is absolutely no 100 crore target given to the Mumbai police to extort money from whoever and whatever the other sources there are. Still, we need to know what happened in the explosives case, and we're not getting that answer. Sanjay Jha.
1 minute. Can I wait, Sanjay ji, with your permission? Sanjay, with your permission, can I just add?
Yes, Mr. Ansari.
I'd forgotten. What's happened to that alleged terrorist languishing in Tihar jail, who the Mumbai police alleged that there was a call made through his phone. God knows how he got smuggled a phone into this high security prison. There was a call made from his. What has happened to that angle? Suddenly it came in and it has disappeared just as suddenly.
Because that again, basis our sources, Mr. Javed Ansari, we were told that third party that did this investigation into tracing that call, there are also question marks there. What happened to that probe? If Sanjay Jha, who's going to give us those answers?
Well, Tanvi, let me tell you, anybody who's followed the Ambani, the bomb scare case will tell you that you're dealing with a criminal mastermind in Sachin Vajay. Here is a man who actually got Mansukh Hiran to write a letter which made it appear as if Sachin Vajay was the one who was interrogating him. And then you lead to the murder of Mansukh Hiran. So you see, whenever you're dealing with a case, and this is a man who's been part of the police system, who understands the chinks in the armor, who knows what is the evidence that can be used and that can be destroyed. And remember, he was using an exclusive phone where he had direct access to Parambir Singh. So here you're dealing with a very different diabolical animal. So when you are investigating a case like this, I don't think we should expect a dramatic, abrupt, or a matinee show. These things are complex. They do take time. And the fact that the ATS has now gone public and said that Sachin Vajay is guilty of the murder, I think that is a telling commentary on the fact that we are dealing with a complex issue here. A police officer is involved, and the police commissioner who recruited him is today blaming the government. And this man says there was an attempt for extortion. Well, let me tell you, we need to know the evidence, which is why I think everyone should await a formal announcement of an investigation. And trust me, we will get to the bottom of it.
No, but here again, I will keep coming back to this point, Mr. Tatkare. What does it say about the State Home Minister in the department when such a big event takes place? Explosives are planted near India's top industrialist residence. A man is dead. Now we are being told about dirty cops and an allegation around the Home Minister. I am very, very concerned about the lack of response from the state government on these series of issues.
No, what responses do you want from the state government?
Who am I to believe? What investigation am I supposed to believe? Where is the accountability for what happened in these cases? When will we know that truth? Allegations are being made left, right and center against ministers and top policemen. Who's fixing this?
No, allegations will happen with BJP in opposition in Maharashtra and power in center government. Allegations are bound to happen. As far as your point is concerned, who will give answers? My only request to you is look at what happened in Pulwama 2 years back. From where did the RDX came? There was a high-level inquiry. NIA is involved in it, but still we don't have any answers. This is classic BJP for you. Maharashtra state government is committed to law and order in Maharashtra and Mumbai, and we will come out with the truth very soon before we hear anything from Pulwama.
I am completely out of time, but I feel that if the truth really has to come out in this case, it will only be with an independent court-monitored probe and no other way. We had two former top cops on the panel with us in the first round of conversation as well, who said yes, the credibility of the government and the Mumbai police has been badly dented. They even went on to say if such a mess and political interference and finger pointing in the fight between the police and the state really goes on, governance begins to crumble, and that just gives rise to organized mafia. That's the kind of danger we are staring at if the Maharashtra government and the Mumbai police force doesn't get its act together. I'm not sitting here to say every single one of the Mumbai police force personnel are dirty, but something's gone horribly wrong. And so far, we have no answers. Perhaps the Supreme Court will be able to help. Completely out of time. Big thank you to all of the panelists who joined us in this conversation.